For most people, growing up in the Yakima Valley, this is a very familiar drive. Heading south, heading out of Union Gap, and going through the gap in these two hills, or two buttes. Immediately upon passing through the gap, there is a turnoff here to a historical landmark, this rock that you will see coming up on the right. Along these hillsides and up to the highlands of these buttes, a running battle took place over 2 days. After the humiliating defeat and retreat of Colonel Haller in early October 1855, Kamiakin knew that the U.S. Army would return in much greater force. Now, a military unit of 400 or more U.S. military and another 450 volunteers marched across these hills in the distance, following Toppenish Creek to where it conjoins with the Yakima further south. They then made their way up the valley with running shots across the Yakima River at various Yakima warriors. 2 soldiers tried to get across the Yakima and were drowned in their attempt. They followed the Yakima warriors on the one side and the soldiers on the other to this spot, which again the Native Americans referred to as, in English, 2 buttes. They built rock walls along the roadside and emplaced sharpshooters along these hills. The soldiers were not able to make much headway as they were too much entrenched. The cannon that they did have did take out several of the rock emplacements, but the Indian warriors were too far, over 200 yards away, to reach by the rifles that the U.S. Army had in their possession. It was a standoff until a rush of U.S. Army came across this bluff right here, forced the Native Americans to retreat back up the hill. But then, by late afternoon and nightfall, they had returned, and the Native Americans had come back to their original placements. It wasn't until the next day that, under cover of night, Kamiakin and his warriors and their families snuck back across the Yakima River on the other side over to what is now Roxy and East Valley to flee in that direction. Large forces engaged here, but only one life was lost, and that was not even one of the warriors. Right below that original battle site, today is located a cemetery for members of the Yakima Nation. Hundreds of tribal members have been buried here over many of the last generations. They consider this to be a sacred place. You'll notice the difference that Native American tradition places in their burial practices. Instead of green lawns and sparsely decorated grave sites, they place on the graves of their beloved ones that have passed mementos and reminders of what was important to their loved ones in this life. interstate highway cut through the area that once was just Indian trails through this seemingly deserted wasteland, but beautiful around the river bottoms. This is yet another cemetery located in Yakima, the Tahoma Cemetery, and this portion of the cemetery is reserved for those who have served in the U.S. military and are buried here with military honors. So any military person who has served in the various wars, World War I, World War II, Korea, Vietnam, and other more recent conflicts can be buried here. As I have been recording this video, it has coincided with the weekend that we celebrate Memorial Day. Memorial Day is a day in the United States set aside to honor those who have died, who have given their ultimate sacrifice in defense of this nation and its freedom. Native American warriors also gave their lives in defending liberty, their lives, their way of life, and have become a tremendous contribution to this nation's military heritage. There is no ethnic group within the United States who has a higher percentage of participation in the U.S. Armed Services than Native Americans, who continue their warrior tradition of loyalty, strength, and bravery in defending the nation they love. This weekend, let us honor, remember, and respect those who have gone before us to defend that which we so very much appreciate and enjoy.